Good morning, everyone. So I got up before my kids today and I'm just sitting out on my porch. It's beautiful up here. Spirit brought us to the mountains, and I don't know if that was to keep us safe or just because that's what I wanted to manifest. I'm going to do a video soon on manifestation and different, one specifically technique that I use to manifest, and either this technique works really well or I was just a vibrational alignment, all these things that I wanted that happened to fall into place. But anyways, I'm glad my dog's being quiet so I can talk to you guys right now. She's a golden retriever, Great Pyrenees mix. And like Great Pyrenees is a breed that's super protective and stuff. So she sees someone, she like can't help but bark. She's chasing her tail right now. Look at her. She's still a puppy. She's hilarious. But yeah. What I wanted, the message, I just wanted to talk about one thing really fast this morning. I didn't want to make a long video, but I want to take advantage of the quiet time while my kids are still asleep. So the thing that I was going to talk about is the fact that so many things are paradoxical in this world once you realize how everything operates, right? And so the concept of faith is very paradoxical because what is faith essentially is just believing something that you can't physically see yet, right? But the law of attraction tells us that you can't manifest, you can't, create these things in your life unless you believe it first. You can't see and physically manifest until you believe it. So everybody has to realize that to harness this faith, to really harness this faith, you have to believe it first. You have to believe it first. Everybody wants evidence. Everyone's like, show me evidence of this. Where's the science? Blah, blah, blah. And it kind of ties back to what I was talking about yesterday in my video where I was calling out people like Joe Rogan because, Joe holds back and he knows way more than what he's willing to share on his platform because he wants to be seen as a skeptic. He wants to be seen and his ego stroked by people who come on his show who are scientists or very well educated, and a lot of those people run in the movement that's supporting the cabal right now and they don't realize it because they're so programmed. And when you're that programmed and you're that, like your ego, there's so much momentum going in that direction where you're just like, I'm willing to sell out for money, to forget my authenticity. Like that is so, it all comes back to the fact that they're like afraid of all these people in their audience that don't have faith. They don't have faith. So like if they bring these topics forward, which they know damn well are relevant, these spiritual topics, and they have to bring them forward. They have to bring anything esoteric forward in like a joking way. Like, some people believe this, but deep down they know it's true. But they don't want to talk about it for the sake of their own egos, for the sake of their own reputations, for the sake of like maybe losing some likes or followers or talking about something. I don't even know why spirituality is controversial. It's like it should not be controversial at all. Like it should be such a sensitive and intimate thing to talk about and like because it's about healing yourself, because it's about that connection with not just with God, because God is everything. You're connected to everything, and so like by holding back, like I'm not trying to call them out again, although it's just a perfect example of what I'm trying to talk about right now. Like by them holding back, they don't realize that they're not just hurting themselves. They're hurting every single person who comes on this show and pushes away spirituality or listens to their show and pushes away spirituality because he's encouraging them to not trust their intuition and just say, if there's no science here, then I'm not going to believe it. Even though he believes it. He believes it. I know he does because I'm very intuitive. I see it in him that he believes it. He wouldn't be talking about a lot of the things that he does, like cryo tanks and all this psychedelic experiences that he's had. He knows it exists, but he just can't get past that threshold, right? And it has to do with other people's faith and like his own faith in his own self. Because at the end of the day, it's him not being honest with himself either. Like he's selling his soul at the sake of his own authenticity. That's what I was saying to somebody in the comments yesterday, in my video yesterday underneath in the comments. Like there were some really great comments. Thank you guys for bringing all that information forward. A lot of it really resonated with me. And I couldn't believe how many people were like in the same boat as me. Because it was probably more than 2 years ago I stopped listening to Joe Rogan. I just like, and it wasn't because I don't like Joe. It was because I can't sit there in a conversation with somebody who's being inauthentic. And like, honestly, I still like Joe Rogan as a person. I just don't understand, because I've never in this lifetime been in that position where, you know, people are constantly coming at me, giving me offers. It's like the devil constantly coming at him and these little demons and stuff that want to siphon off all of his energy, all of the consciousnesses that tune into his show, all these people, right? That, you know how, like, that is I couldn't imagine being in his position, because that is a place where so many negative entities have the opportunity to feed off of not just you, but everything you say impacts every single person that watches your videos, which for him is millions of people. And that's why Spirit led me to make that video to begin with, because who knows if Joe or David will ever watch those videos, right? They're the video that I made. But it doesn't matter, because I had to put that energy out into the collective, because it's important for people to see that every thought you have impacts the all. And that is why yesterday when I was going off about vibration, it's all about vibration. All the answers right now to 2020 dilemma, vibrational, spiritual. And that's why I was going off, because like, I'm so sick of people hounding on the problem. You want to create more of it. You want to create more division. 99% of the time, you're hounding on one side of the issue, and you're just creating more division with you and whoever's on the other side. Create solutions, because I'm telling you, if it doesn't matter what political party that you're standing for, or if you're choosing a side, or where you stand, if you start being that example of a high vibrational being, and you stop hounding on the problem and start talking about the solution, everybody's gonna see that in you. They're gonna see your light. They're gonna see that example. They're gonna see your place of neutrality. You guys have not seen me come out and be like, oh, I stand for this person or that person, this person. Because guess what? I don't idolize anybody. Nobody is my hero. I've said this before in another video, but when I was a kid, I used to hate those assignments where they're like, who's your hero? Write about your hero. Have a writing assignment, like in elementary school and middle school and stuff. I hated those because I didn't have a hero. I never looked at anybody and said, I want to be like them, because I always had this sense of value in myself. And it was like I had all those insecurities that a lot of girls have, and a lot of like kids who go through traumatic things in their childhood have. But at the same time, I had this inner knowing. Like I came in with this inner knowing, right? And I don't even remember the point I was trying to go to with that. But in actuality, it's just knowing that you as an individual impact the all, because you're connected to the all. We're all connected. And if we don't start talking about these solutions, we're going to stay divided. We have to get past that little place that everybody's stuck. They're fucking stuck there. Oh my God. This is one thing that I thought about yesterday. So my brother, he's like a year older than me. This motherfucker is so smart. And he's stuck where Joe Rogan's stuck. except he's maybe a little bit below, because I think Joe Rogan, I'm not saying below in a negative way, I'm just saying vibrationally in terms of like what he resonates with, right? And believes, like belief systems and all that. I'm telling you right now, my brother listens to Joe Rogan's podcast religiously. If he heard Joe Rogan come out and talk about these spiritual things, my brother would already be fucking awake. And that's why it pisses me off. And that's why I got on here yesterday and got all fired up about it. And Spirit was like, no. If you want to go to sleep tonight, you're going to deliver this message today, because I had been sitting on it for 2 days. And last night was the first night that I got good sleep this week, because I've had so many downloads, and if I don't start verbalizing them, not just writing them down so I don't forget what they were, but verbalizing them, yeah, I'm not going to get any sleep. But yeah, my brother would be freaking awake right now. And that's what pisses me off, because it's millions of people like him. It's millions, and they don't realize how much they influence others when they have a platform where they have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers who they have helped catalyze the spiritual awakening. And it just makes me sad that I've seen not just myself but other people say that they've had to walk away from Joe Rogan's podcast because of his inauthenticity. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off a little bit, because I want to see my brother like bloom and blossom, and I know that's my own brother's responsibility, but at the same time I know that there's men out here who are out here on social media because they're called to be there, but then they're just getting stuck in the fear and perpetuating more fear instead of talking about these solutions and raising your vibration, which would fucking help so many people like my brother. And hope my brother doesn't listen to my videos. He totally is just like, okay, Ghosty or Loopy, whatever. And it's because of people like Joe who are just like, where's the science? There's so much fucking science behind this shit too, by the way. But it's just like, if you're not ready for that information, you're not ready for it. And that just is what it is. But I think a lot more people be fucking ready for it if men would get their heads out of their asses and start talking about it. And it's not just Joe Rogan and fucking David Rodriguez or whatever. Like, I'm just mentioning them because of the potential there. There's so much potential when you already have this huge following, right? Yeah, I don't know, guys. Spirit just wants me to talk about stuff, so I'm probably gonna be in, like, now that I'm settled, you guys, can you hear the crickets and stuff? I literally live in the Allegheny Mountains outside of Pittsburgh now, and it's just like the fucking most beautiful place ever. I'm like, Spirit, if you put me on top of a mountain, because there's gonna be flooding, this is where I'm gonna be safe. Like, oh my God, I don't even know what's about to go down, but I know that I'm here because I wanted to live in the mountains anyway, so I'm not trying to scare you guys, I'm just being funny. But yeah, you want to see the road? It just freaking winds up. Like, it's a pain in the ass to drive out here. There's Piper. But anyways, guys, I love you. And if you're listening to this and you resonate with this, please share it with others, because the message means something. Like, all these simple little messages that I share, like, are like, you could go listen to a whole dissertation on some shit, but it's these simple things. These are the solutions. And everyone's just like, how could that possibly be a solution? And it's probably because they've drank so much fucking fluoride water and brushed their teeth so much time with so much fluoride infused shampoo or toothpaste that they can't understand what's right in front of them. Like I said yesterday, like most things in front of you, your naked eye, you can't even see it. And what's more real is everything that we can't see. And that is why all the solutions lie there, because obviously we've tried to address 3D solutions in a 3D way, and that shit ain't working. So let's get back to the basics is what I'm saying. I love you guys, and I will probably make another video today, actually, but I'll probably put it on tomorrow. But Lance comes back from Virginia today, so he's very distracting to me. So we'll see. But all right, guys, I hope you have an awesome day.